Okie dokie, we obviously know what's gonna happen next. While at the record store, Sayaka and I decided to put on some headphones and listen to some nice music. A love of classical music, I think that says Inca music, and pop music is something we share in common. That's interesting. I wonder if that's like an actual fact. But while I was listening to a pop song with a great beat, I heard something cry out, "Help me!" to me. This prompted me to take off my headphones to see if what I heard was due to a malfunction with the headphones, but the voice persisted. "Please, help me!" The voice shouted again. For all the weird dreams and meetings I've had lately, this is the weirdest yet. Still, I hated the thought of not listening to a cry for help. That's typical Madoka, always looking out for others, even people that she doesn't know. Okie dokie, not wanting to turn away someone who needs my help, I started to focus in on the voice crying out to me. I cupped my hand to my ear and listened carefully to the voice to see if I could determine where it was coming from. I wonder if that would work in real life. Like if I did the same thing, would I have like better hearing or something? Would I be able to like find things? I don't know. That's interesting. I walked downstairs and noticed that a floor that had been closed for remodeling. Still, the cries for help persisted and seemed to be coming from just that floor. So I cautiously opened the door to it and walked through. It was very musky and dimly lit, with only hazy natural light shining in through the wide open sides near the end of the floor. Very descriptive, not gonna lie. Jeez, so fucking descriptive. Suddenly, and much to my shock, a ceiling tile gave way right above me, and a badly injured animal came crashing down from it. I loudly gasped at the sight of how harshly hurt he was. I quickly but gently gathered him up into my arms. "You! Help me!" But then a large chain came crashing down to the ground, frightening me as I looked at where it had fallen. I saw Homoda standing behind it. It was hard to fully make out in the darkness, but I could tell she was wearing darker and different attire from her student uniform. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. So basically this is following the events of the first episode. Homoda! Stand back! Why would she want me to stand back? This poor animal needs my help. Oh, if only she knew. If only she knew. Kyubey doesn't need any fucking help. He's probably faking the whole thing. There's actually evidence to suggest that he intentionally set all this up on purpose. But he's hurt. He had scars and wounds over his body, and his breathing was raspy. Homina just stood there. Was she the one who did this to him? How dare that bitch! No, don't be mean! This has nothing to do with you, you little shit. No, that's not what she says. I'm just kidding. But he called out to me. I heard him ask me for help. I see. Homona then came to a stop, and the two of us made eye contact. It was very intense. It was like a blinking contest, but both literal and figurative. I didn't know what to do next, as Homura didn't seem willing to back down. Woof! Just when I thought the situation would be too much for me, Sayaka came to the rescue like the gallant superhero. She shot off a fire extinguisher. It's funny how they never explained where the fuck she got that. Like, she just randomly came out. Like, where the fuck did she get that? Seriously. And of all the things that she could have used to take Homura down, why did they choose a fire extinguisher? She shot off a fire extinguisher at Homura, dousing Homura with its contents. Over here, Madoka! Sayaka! I cried out to her while I sprinted over towards her and then moved behind her while she continued to hold the fire extinguisher in her hands. Once the fire extinguisher had been completely used up, Sayaka threw it away and the two of us raced off while I continued to hold this little animal in my hands. Yeah, it's pretty much following like the episode like scene per scene. But obviously, I'm sure as we like get more options to make different choices, this is probably gonna deviate from the original story, and we're essentially gonna be making our very own timeline, which is pretty cool when you think about it. She's running around in cosplay. What's her problem? What is that thing anyway? It doesn't look like a stuffed animal. Is it alive? I don't know, but I've got to save him! While Sayaka and I continued running, the scenery all around us became a breathtakingly bizarre. I could see butterflies wearing crowns, barbed wire and fences, mounds of reddish dirt all over the place. And not to mention there's also like, you know, like a horse in the background and all this other. This is some fucking trippy shit. Like I always thought like the mazes like in the Witch's Labyrinth, they like it just always looks so like bizarre, you know what I mean? Like okay, huh? Where's the emergency exit? Where are we? What is this place? It's changing all around us. I saw eyes against a blue background of nothingness. Old British men in top hats, but with their faces shrouded. Black horses on their two hind legs. It all came out of nowhere. None of it seemed real. We were truly starting to panic. I can't even imagine being in a situation like that. Like, seriously. I wonder, do you think the guys who, like, animated this were, like, high or something? Because, like, how would you think all this up, like, when it comes to the mazes? I totally need to do some research and see just where exactly does all this come from. What's going on? Something's there. I cried out as I heard lots of squeaky, rustling feet moving behind me. When I turned about to see what was causing the sound, I saw the same things that were chasing me in one of my dreams I recently had. Oh, the dreams you had with Mami-san. Yeah, I remember that. Sayaka and I were soon surrounded on all sides by them, and they started making these high-pitched chants. The floor beneath us became too weird to even try to describe. It was like something straight out of the mind of, I don't know how to pronounce that, a Yuki Sinbo, only made real. I have no idea who that is. Does anybody know? Is that like a director or something? I have no idea who that is. Sayaka wrapped her arms around my shoulders and held me close to her. It gave me enough comfort and reassurance to keep me from going crazy. I was glad that she sought to protect me, even while she took a defensive posture herself. Wow, that's actually really cool. Because this kind of shows how much Sayaka cares about Madoka. Like, she unconsciously tried to protect her, even though she herself was scared, and obviously she wanted to protect herself. But without thinking about it, she came to the aid of Madoka. That really kind of shows just how close they are as friends. And the same thing happens in the anime, but I never really thought about it. But this is like really interesting insight, you know, to the actual anime. But anyway, this has to be some sort of joke. I have dreams like this sometimes, right, Madoka? I mean, I guess you would if you were high, or maybe if you were drunk. Like, this is not a normal dream. Sayaka and I were at our wits' end. What was going on? How could we possibly fight these things? Large, chunky chains started falling all around us, Could anybody save us? Oh god, I really hope that they play her music. I know it. We all know what's gonna happen next, but I hope that they like make it epic. But then suddenly, a brilliant, bright rainbow-colored light emanated out from below us in a large circular shape. Right after a large explosion that seemed to push everything away from us. I'm getting excited because I know what's gonna happen. Huh? What's this? Oh my god! Oh my god! That was a close one, but it's all okay now. I was kind of hoping they would make it a little bit more dramatic than that, but whatever, it's Mommy-san. Her presence is enough to like make like the game more awesome. It doesn't matter. She doesn't need like a dramatic entrance. Sayaka and I turned around to face where the voice was coming from. There before us was a blonde girl walking towards us, and she was wearing the same student uniform as we had on. And I think she was the same girl that I had seen in one of my dreams. Obviously, she was the best one in the dream, I'm just saying. Part of me wanted to shout that out, but I was so relieved to be helped by her, just as she helped me in my dream. She was holding a large yellowish egg-shaped gem in her hands. Now, truth be told, I'm just gonna throw this out there. My favorite Madoka Magica pairing is actually Mommy x Madoka. And at some point, I plan on making a video talking a little bit why that is. Now, depending on when this video goes up, I may have already made it, or I may not have. But if I haven't, you can definitely look forward to that. I love this pairing so fucking much. Oh, you saved Kyubey. Thanks. He's a dear friend of mine. He called out to me. His voice popped into my head. I see. Those uniforms are from Mikihara, aren't they? You're what? 8th graders? Who are you? Oh, right. I forgot to introduce myself. But first... Oh, yeah! Woo! She then spun about like a beautiful ballerina and threw the yellowish egg-shaped gem into the air. She then clicked her heels, and it was like brightly colored but transparent flowers started appearing around her. Aww. There's something I need to finish up. Oh, I love you, Bobby-san. Oh my god, I love you. Oh my god, I love you. Okay, serving streaks of yellowish tinted rainbow light emanated out of her gem and began to engulf her. A thunderous gust of wind struck against Sayaka and I while this blonde girl transformed. Her new outfit was so gorgeous, just like her, and so majestically cool. I really like the way this person, I really like the way how they add all this little extra detail, you know? She summoned forth an army of muskets while she jumped and practically flew in the air. All the muskets shot off in rapid and almost simultaneous succession. Their loud blast filled the air. It was like one of the historic wars I had read about in school. Okay. It was like Napoleon at Waterloo or the American Civil War. Interesting. That's an interesting comparison. Okay. After creating an enormous explosion, this blonde bombshell landed on her feet with all the agility of a cat. Sayaka's mouth was agape in awe, as was my own. That's Mommy-san for ya! Wow! Exactly. And then the scenery somehow turned back to normal. I was thankful and relieved, however, I was still getting over everything that had just happened. Part of me wanted to rush at this blonde girl and thank her for saving Sayaka and I. Okie dokie. Now, okay, so option A, we have regain your composure and wait to see what happens next. B, run at the blonde girl from behind, wrap your arms around her and thank her. Now, I'm sure you guys can probably guess. I mean, obviously, we know which one sounds more interesting. And truth be told, if I have a choice of being able to choose a girl to, like, go out with as it relates to Madoka, I'm gonna go the mommy route. Like, I'm just gonna throw that out there. I should title this video Mommy Madoka Route because we are going to go the route of mommy. I don't fucking care. I don't care. Okay, so run at the blonde girl from behind, wrap your arms around her and thank her. Oh, mommy-san looks surprised. Thank you! I wish she had did that in the anime. It would have made those two even more shippable. I rushed at the blonde girl from behind and cried out to her while I wrapped my arms around her waist and nestled my head against her back. I think that Sayaka was a bit startled by my gesture here, as was the blonde girl herself. Thank you so much for saving me. I was so scared. Huh? Is that... Oh, there's Homura. That's kind of a weird screenshot picture because it's basically when she jumps like away from them. It's kind of like the thing when mommy kind of scares her off and she kind of jumps away. So this is like a weird picture to be using for this scene, but whatever. The blonde girl carefully moved my hands and fingers to sort of unfasten my arms from around her waist. She then turned around and beamed down at me with such a gentle smile. Oh my god. Oh my god, I think I'm gonna have a moment here. There's no need to be that afraid. You saved Kyubey, and that's all the thanks I need. But thank you for your gratitude all the same. Oh god, these two are so shippable. Fuck Madoka X Homura. It's Madoka Mommy for the win. I don't care. She then gave me a hug and patted my head a bit to comfort me. My eyes watered a bit at how sweet this blonde girl was being to me. But by the time she had released me from her hug, I had regained my composure. God, this is actually getting kind of hot. I'm just saying. In a room, the blonde girl used some sort of glowing power to heal the injured animal I had helped rescue. Thanks, Mommy! You saved me! You should thank them. I just happened to pass by. The animal then turned about to face Sayaka and I have to admit that he looked really cute. Don't trust him! Like one of my mini plushie toys. Thanks, I'm Kyubey! Did you call out to me? Yeah, Madoka Kaname and Sayaka Miki! He's such a stalker. He literally knows, like, their full names. How did you know our names exactly? Like, how does he know their names? He must have been stalking them for a while before he actually approached them. I came here to ask you something. He just goes straight to the point. God damn. I want you to form a contract with me and become magical girls. The famous Okie dokie. So, I think we're gonna stop the game here. Let me save. Okie dokie. So, hold on. Let me just go ahead and save here. Okie dokie. So, I hope you enjoyed this game, and I shall catch you in the very next episode. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to my channel for more Madoka Magica content, and I shall catch you later.